Inspirational.
Inspire her believing.
She's so awesome.
Okay.
Oh, didn't she say it's in cut time here?
Rehearsal
It's in
4/4.
because
I don't think so.
I'm gonna ask. Are we playing in cut time?
Cellos?
No, we're doing it in 4.
You need to check your pitch on that.
Okay.
Why is she conducting in 2? What's going on?
I don't know. That's it. I'm asking Helen. Are we doing this in 4?
No, we're doing this in cut time.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's move on to I Dream a World.
At least we know it's gonna be in 4 this week.
Okay, I've decided that I'm going to change to cut time at measure 38 and back to 4 at measure 64.
Why? Why do I cut?
Okay, it's the last day of melodies. We should know Candide by heart. No, I'm serious. Let's try it without music. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, brass. Measure 25. Come on, guys. I feel like we need a separate memo for the trombones.
Here's a separate memo for the trombone.
Cellos, we're doing this for you. Kevin, can you please close the door?
But Helen, there is no door.
My first memory of Helen was her at the Christmas percussion ensemble concert when I was in 9th grade. So 4 years ago, and everyone was just flocking to her. Like, she was so awesome. And I was like, who's this lady? And everyone was like, Hannah, that's Helen. Why don't you know this person? I'm like, I don't know. And then the SEO 360 concert, The Pines of Rome, I actually got to experience her as a conductor, and she just like, there was like 400 people on stage, and she just like commanded them. Like, she had them at her mercy.
I could see Helen like a little bit from the side because I was on the side of her, I guess. And I saw her like she didn't turn completely, but I could kind of see her facial expression, and she was like completely concentrated on the music, and I was like, oh my god, she looks so cool.
Just to play in front of her was really scary because I heard everything about her, but I'd never met her before then. But she acted like she knew us immediately.
Yeah.
Like, I walked into the room and Helen was like already laughing and smiling about something, and I sat down, and the first thing she said was like, Helene, did you know that your last name and my last name in Korean are like actually really similar? And I was like, it's nice to meet you.
Our first concert, and she said like, good job, you like killed it with the bass clarinet. So when we did Mahler, and I was like, oh my gosh, Helen like said I did good. Like, yeah, I was like freaking out because she's like a idol celebrity.
I remember one of my first concerts, it was at Troy, and someone like realized while we were tuning for the concert that they left their blazer off stage. So I was assistant, so they told me to go backstage and get it, and I didn't really know Helen that well yet, so I was extremely terrified that she would be really mad at me. So I went off stage, and she was like, oh no, like, are you okay? Like, did something happen? Like, are you okay? And she was completely like reassuring me, and so I went and got the blazer, and then I actually had to like walk out in front of her for the concert because it was so last minute, but the whole time she was just like worried about me and if I was okay.
Honestly, like just coming to youth, like orchestra rehearsal sometimes, it's just kind of really refreshing because, you know, you get out of a long day of school and it's Tuesday, your week is just starting, but Helen has just kind of like these pearls of wisdom that she shares with you, and it's just such a breath of fresh air from kind of the hustle and bustle of the school day. So yeah, she has these inspiring things that connect to life and music and anything you could possibly imagine.
I mean, she definitely has had an impact on my life. I think about the things she says in rehearsal that don't have to do with music. They're always so inspiring and intelligent. And I don't know, I feel like just thinking about those things has like made me think twice about stuff I do sometimes.
To have someone like Helen believe in me has changed me so much for the better. And not just in like orchestra, just in even other parts of my life. So, you know, that's really priceless to me.
I've sat at the very back and at the very front of the cello section, and I realized that either way, Helen is gonna reach you, and she's gonna help you, and you're still gonna be an amazing part of an orchestra, and you're still gonna learn just as much as you do, you know, wherever you sit, whatever you play. And Helen makes sure that you know that you're special. And she also makes sure that you know that what you're doing is important. But, you know, it's also not the end of the world if you make a mistake.
Her whole kind of way of thinking about music and life and the way you go about doing different things is just really inspiring. It's very positive. You know, no matter what's going on, good, bad, or indifferent, she has a really good way of looking at things. And that's really been inspirational to me.
She has really inspired me to bring out the best of myself. I think that she's really made me want to be like her and have energy and share with the community and inspire people to do their best at everything.
She brings people together. You know, she's either the source of the excitement, you know, she's there like riling everyone up, gathering people to take selfies, or even when she's not there, you know, everyone just always talks about her in such a loving way and talks about how she spreads passion and joy, and just really, you know, keeps people together.
Well, musically, I've played better, like, in ensembles, like listening to my section and around, but Helen always has some really cool and inspiring things to say, so I feel like it's made me a better person just by listening to her experiences.
Helen always tells us that, like, when we come to rehearsal, to leave all of our stress and our worries, like, at the door. And I think that, like, speaks volumes to, like, what she embodies with, like, becoming, like, the best that you can be in, like, that moment.
So, I guess the biggest one that comes to mind is probably the most personal. It was the day after I was deferred from my dream school. It was, like, the middle of Melodies Week, and I was just like, you know, I was sitting on the floor with Julianne in like one of the hallways, you know, like upstairs at Proctor's, and I was just like crying my eyes out, and Helen like walks by with her son Chris, and she's like, oh my god, what's wrong? So I tell her what's wrong, and like the first thing she does is like yell at Chris. She's like, oh my god, Christopher, go get tissues. And so he runs and he gets paper towels, and she's like, oh my god, you think she's gonna wipe her face with these? Like, no, go get real tissues, go get Kleenex. So like poor Chris is like running back and forth and getting different types of like disposable wipes for my face. And she gave me a hug and she just told me that everything was gonna be okay. Aside from that, she bought me ice cream in Portugal once. That was also pretty cool.
We were trying to take a picture for the first violins.
And we all sit down at the table. It's like our whole brass section.
We were taking pictures before the young people's concert.
And she was having us pose on this like seesaw-y thing. And everyone was trying not to like overbalance and like topple over one another.
And we were all the percussionists were standing in a dumpster.
Helen made us walk around the table doing power poses for Mahler.
We took balls down from the Brown School ceiling and we held a Pilates class.
And then she was just like, let's hold a 1 for first violins. And we were like awkwardly holding a 1 up just like that. So her spontaneity is always like a surprise.
I think she's such a role model because she doesn't just conduct youth, she like plans like all these things, like we're doing the big festival of young artists and she loves it so much, and I think I just want to do something and enjoy it that much like she does.
Like before being in the SEO organization, I didn't really talk ever, and I played at one dynamic piano, so like I've learned to play it more than one dynamic, and I've just also learned how to like be sure of myself, and even if I'm gonna play the wrong note, play it anyways.
The orchestra has really helped me gain confidence. At first I was scared to play and play aloud. I think probably because I was young when I started, but to have her believe in me, it really helped my confidence.
What was your first thought when you found out that Helen was leaving?
No.
I just didn't want her to go. But then after that, since she's going to a place that she's happy about, I'm feeling happy about it, like for her.
And I'm glad that we're leaving the same year that she is, because I couldn't really imagine SEO without her.
It was just really kind of sad to see the end of an era. You know, she's been the backbone of this orchestra for so long, and you know, just to kind of see that time come to a close, it's just really sad.
Helen has just been such a huge part of my experience here, and I'm sure of hundreds of people's experiences here. And I think, I don't know, I think she's gonna do some really great things in New Jersey, and whoever meets her, or whoever's gonna, you know, play instruments near her, they're all just really lucky to have her.
We love you, Helen.
We love you, Helen. I love you, Helen.